Greetings! It's been a while. Welcome to another episode of This Damn House. So I haven't touched the gymnastics equipment in a while. Some of you might have seen this build already. If you haven't, I'll put a video right here so you can see it. Or maybe this side. I'm not sure. Whatever. But I built this already, and you know, I've had some data now collected about its usage and its failures. This is version 2.0. My problem is, right, when I first built this handstand trainer, it had the, this is the bars side, you know, so you can use it with this attached to the front, and so it looks like this. You know, and I thought like, wow, that was pretty revolutionary, right? Looked good. People can just go up and, you know, go like that. Here's the problem. Oh, sorry. This would actually be like this. So it's all modular. And the nice thing about it is that you can always adjust things before you finalize it. So here we go. These are some things I would do to make this, that we're going to improve this design. This part here, I would probably add another layer of plywood. I've noticed over time, as the kids use it, it gets a little loose in the dowel. It's because it just needs more surface to go into. And it's pretty structural right here. There's a lot of weight being pushed against it with a person's body. So I would put 3 plies right here versus 2. This is the original orientation of it. Here's the problem with this. It'd be great if you were in a surface where the floor didn't have springs underneath it. It was just carpet. Because of the carpet, this will sink down. When it sinks down, that happens. That keeps on happening. So it feels like it's going to fly right off, you know? Alright, so what we want to do, we're losing flexibility with this. So in other words, some people's hands with their grips or without the grips will go a little bit, will need a little more space away from the bar. I'm sorry, away from this or closer, you know? And as they get better at it, you know, they can adjust, whatever. Doesn't matter the better part. It depending on the wrist diameter, how the grips are, affects like where this is. But I'm limited by that. That's it. So it doesn't have a lot of flexibility. So today we're going to try to add more flexibility to this design, and we're going to go like this and fix that if it's soft surface right here, what happens when that flips up. So we're going to do that by going like this. I thought about just going like that, but no way. Watch. We're going to put some Velcro. Sorry, more like this. So we're going to put some Velcro. That's right, it says Velcro. We're going to put that underneath here, so that way you can adjust it like that to match how much displacement you want. And then this now, because it's modular, again, this is the one of the nice things, you know. You can... Oh, hey, you know what else I probably might do next time? This would be 3 ply also. Just noticing that, because it does have a little bit of play that builds up over time from lots of usage. See that? I like to minimize that. Anyway, but that's mostly from the bottom. So here we go. So it'll be like this. Some Velcro here at the bottom, right? And then the gymnast can come up to it and just take it off the Velcro, move it into place, stick it right there. And that's it. And that will give me an indefinite amount of like distance we can adjust it to, so that way I never have to worry about like, oh, they're too small or too big. They can just set it and it'll always match whomever or whatever. Okay? First thing we're going to do is we got to get this off. That has a screw in it. I was just kind of like building it really rough. And then I'm going to attach a piece of wood onto there. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll Velcro that down to there. I want to get these screws out of here. They're Phillips. I'm going to use like a P3. And then I got some scrap wood here I'm going to use. And so this is to match the same grain and orientation. For some reason I felt lucked out. This happens to be the same size, so we'll go like that. We'll cut it right here. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get those screws out first. The reason why I'm getting these screws out, because I want to be able to like cut this off at some point in the future if it doesn't work out, the design. And I'm going to put some wood on top of this to flatten this out. Glue it down, so I need to get that out of there. That one just came right off. That's cool. No, that one will just come right off. I'm not that strong. Alright, you know what? It's good. I'll just do this side first. Actually, this side will be easiest, so. Okay, that one wouldn't work, but this one will. Go like that. Alright. Okay. So that's marked from the bottom. And that's going to be my reference point for cut-in. I'll do two sides just in case I'm in a situation where I cannot see too well on one side. You know, who knows, whatever. Alright, so that's that. Okay, that'll be for there. Over here, so we have, so I need to, okay, so cut that off, and then slide that through. Okay, I think I got it. And then I'll have to do something extra for right here. I know that this following the grain is going to be the width of the wood, and I'm going to use that as my measure for, so it's the same thing here, right? I'll use that to get a measurement for how thick that's going to be when I cut it. So that should be good. And no, that's not two more. I don't know how to type those. I don't know where that is. Alright, so let's give it a shot first. We know that's the height, the thickness, and the orientation. I'm going to use that as the dimension to use to cut the width like that. So we have all the pieces cut. Just gonna glue them down. This is a little tight fit, so I'm going to clamp and push down. I got some hot water and a rag sitting down there to wipe up the glue. That end piece that fell off worked out really well. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with the extra. Needed to cut a little piece to get it right there, and that just it's just perfect, you know. So anybody here like M. Night Shyamalan's movies? Yeah. Did Split. Also did Glass, Unbreakable. So I saw Unbreakable. I didn't see Split. I saw Glass last night. And is it Glass? Yeah, it's Glass. Came out in 2018. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think it's like cheap. It's a cheap sci-fi, you know. If you're gonna go sci-fi, I want to go all out. I want the bells and the whistles. I want the all the CGI that's like over the top, you know. I was a little disappointed. I should know better though, because I have seen many of his other movies before, and I haven't been moved. It's just his style, you know. It's he's a very lower on the budget side of special effects kind of guy, and you know, it's kind of art house. It's like similar to where art house meets. I'd say where art house meets science fiction. It's a really weird place to be, you know, and more like singer-songwriter. It meets. Yes, more like singer-songwriter meets sci-fi. That's what he would be. He would be like the singer-songwriter. You know, I'm not a big fan, but you know, he has a fan. He has a following. Too much. too much. Okay, so we got everything glued up. I'm gonna let this sit for 2 hours. Actually, an hour. I will be fine. And then after we're done, we're gonna glue the Velcro on that. And actually, no, we don't have to wait. We have Velcro on the other side, so we'll do that side. Now, I'm not sure if this Velcro is gonna work. It says up to 15 pounds, and it's a lot of force that's gonna be pushing against this. And it doesn't really have a lot of lateral force. It's more downwards, perpendicular to the floor. So not really too concerned about it not working with the Velcro. I think it should work. Again, this is a test, so what I'm gonna do if this doesn't work is try to see if there's more industrious kind of like Velcro available. Right, so these two will go on the top. And I was torn. I was like, should I put this at the bottom? See, I don't want it too close. I think it needs to be like here. Right? No? Because what'll happen is, let me get the other one. I'll show you. So this is what will happen. This is going to go like this. So you can go as far out as you can. So that makes sense. Nope. Good. Had it right the first time. Okay. So that goes like that, and that's about as far as it's going to go. It's not going to go much further than that. So that means I need to be at most, the Velcro needs to go from here, wherever this is, so mark it. Back to here. Let's mark it from the back. There. That's the range that we have. From here to here. So in the middle of that would be a really good spot to go. Alright, now I'm thinking probably go to the back right here. If I need to add more Velcro to make it a little stronger, I'll just cut around it. Yeah. Let's eyeball it again. Yeah, I can put it in the middle. I like it. So that's what I'll do. Put it in the middle of that. I don't know, I'm kind of torn. Hold on, let me run some scenarios in my head here. So that's on there, like that. And that's about as, I'll never really get any closer than that. No one's wrist is that small. But you'll be able to move it this way. Probably out to here. That's pretty far. So that means yeah, I gotcha. The Velcro will be on the opposite side, will be a little bit more forwards. So we shall do right here. Just like that. Now we're looking at about, let's see, that's, oh, perfect. It's 1 inch, 1.5 inch from the, yeah, it's 1.5 inch from the front. Yeah. Great. So, 1.5 inch from the front, let's mark it off. We're going to put the this the teeth part. I don't know if they have a name for that. Does anybody know the name of that part? The real teethy part. The Velcro. Just to make this not so messy, we'll go like, we'll draw a line around it so we can get a good idea where to spray. So now that we have our spray places set, about to run out of battery. Okay. Alright, that's a little clogged. Let's use new stuff. This is a Gorilla Spray. Not endorsed by them, just trying it, seeing what's happening here. Now this already has some glue on it, but it's not going to be good enough for me. So oh boy. Alright, so spray both of these sides. Let it sit for a minute. I'll clamp it back down. I'll be back with a battery. New battery. So if it's tacky like that, that's how you know you're ready. Just gonna touch it. There's no going back. This is it. I feel pretty confident about that. Let's do the other side. Should have done the other side. When I did that side. Yeah. Senior moments, I swear, senior moments. Smells like Proposition 65.
Alright, so I'm going to let that sit also for about 2 minutes, I suggest. Wait for it to get tacky, and I'll stick that down. Yeah, so we have a serious off-gassing situation. This thing is horrible. Definitely use this in a ventilated area. Highly recommend it. Ventilation, lots of it. So what I'm thinking is what we'll do, if we need to have more Velcro surface to, if it doesn't seem like it's strong enough of a grip, we can extend this. We'll get another grippy part like this, glue it onto here, and then we'll do the same thing for the opposite side. Yeah, that way we'll have lots of room to like move forwards as we need more grip and surface. Okay, that's the plan. I think it should work. I'll let you know once we get it done, right? I'm right now I'm just waiting for this side over here to dry, these pieces. Once those are dry, we'll glue the opposite side of the Velcro on. Like that. Yeah, feels good. Alright. What I have done in the meantime, I just put a little weight on the Velcro because I wanted to, not too much because I don't want to bend the hooks, just enough to like make sure that this sits. This feels pretty loose still, so it's got a lot more time to cure. About like an hour. So about like 40 minutes from the time we first put it down. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside. I'm gonna have to actually get that back. Never mind, silly me. Let us just take this. So that looks about right. There's a little indentation right here from like overzealous clamping. Don't need to do that strongly. So I need to match this up. I need to make sense of this. Okay. So you can see the goal, what the goal is, to make this as flat as possible. Now, that's how it starts. Now technically, right, I need to match this up so that's the closest it can get, you know? And then like, it can't get any closer. So to do that, like, no one's wrist is that small. Not that I coach anyway. Maybe if they're about that small of a human. But I don't have anybody that small. And what I need to get a piece of wood so I can use as a reference. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So that's that's the furthest we're gonna go. Just gonna mark that. Here, like this. Okay, so that's my reference point. What I know is that the very, very top of the back of this will not go past that. So that means if someone's using this, the Velcro, as they move it out, right, needs to be longer on the top side. And what would be best, right, let me just mark it at the top. So we have that there. This is the end of the Velcro. Right. I think I need to actually take the same equivalent and move it to the very, very front. And that gives me some room for when the person slide out, they'll be able to, you know, have some space to work with. See what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the Velcro at the very top, so it'll probably stop like right here. And since no one's wrist is this close, they'll be able to like go like that, and then adjust it, and we'll have some Velcro still attached. Got it? Let's mark these lines. I don't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's probably more future. So when I add more Velcro to this, if I do, I'll have an idea where this begins and ends. So it'll be like something like that. So I'm going to start from here, move forwards. Okay. So, let's take that.
So I'm gonna let those sit. Let it get tacky. We'll put it on top of that. And that'll be it. That looks good. I'm not gonna touch it because I don't have any gloves on. Well, not intentionally anyway. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is it's going to center it, and then once it's centered, I will cut it off with a razor blade, all the extra stuff. Got to be careful with these glues because if you'll end up being pretty allergic to them. You're gonna find out it feels really uncomfortable. You know. Okay, so that looks good. Yeah. Let that sit like that, just to get some weight on it. So this has been curing for about, I think, about 12 hours, yeah. And it just has a little bit of a lip of carpet, so I'm going to just cut that off. I think about it, maybe scissors might be better. Nice sharp scissors, sarcasm intended, that's what happens. Yep. Joke's on me. Let's try this. Alright, that looks so much better. Okay. So I feel pretty good about what we have done here. And let's give it a little preliminary test and see what it behaves, shall we? Right. Okay, so here, let's back you off a little so you can see it better. Alright, so we have, okay, remember this is in bars handstand mode. So we take these pieces here, Like I said, no one is ever going to be that close to the bar. Alright. Yep, that's good. That's really good. Wow, I'm impressed. Alright, this is what I know will happen over time. Because the Velcro grips, like, hooks upwards, with usage, what should happen is weight pushing down on it over and over again, it's going to cause the Velcro to lose its ability to grip. Because these hooks will get crushed, you know? How long will it last? I'm not sure. But this feels great. So now we have an infinite amount of ways that we can actually adjust this, micro-adjust this. Wow, that's amazing. Alright, it worked out better than I thought. And there you go. This is bars mode. Wow, can't even get that off easily. Okay, good. Well, that's what we wanted, right? What I would do, definitely add more to this side. So that's my suggestion. I think we have ourselves a winner. Well, let's go ahead and test it and see what the kids do, right?